Hi guys, so I wanted to start this video by saying peace and love to everyone, and yeah, I just wanted to make a little video about 5 tips for starting your self-love journey or just furthering where you already are at with it. And just, it's one of the most important things to get into your clear mindset is focusing on self-love, because if you don't love yourself, then a lot of these other emotions take over and just kind of bombard your mind and don't let you to express yourself how you normally would, or how even doing things that you would like to be doing, it gets in the way of that. And yeah, the first point I wanted to touch on was stop the negative self-talk. Your thoughts are your reality, and if you are constantly putting yourself down or saying, oh, I'm not good at this, I can't do this, I'm not, and you make yourself feel not worthy, subconsciously you're gonna start to believe you don't deserve these things, even if it's things you're working hard for. And it is really easy to get caught up in stuff like that, especially with body image stuff, I feel, because of media and whatnot. But you need to start talking to yourself like you are talking to your best friend. You're not going to sit down when your friend makes a mistake and go, oh, you're stupid, you're not going to do that. You're going to support them and tell them how amazing they are. And you need to really start cultivating that in your own life and putting that forward for yourself in your own thoughts. Talk to yourself like you would about a family member or caring for a friend, because you yourself are your best friend. You're the one primarily looking out for yourself. And a key thing about being independent in that, you shouldn't depend on others for your happiness and to bring you up from that. It should come from within. And it can be as easy as little things like waking up in the morning, or I've done it in the past, where you pass like a window or a mirror and you see your reflection, you're like, oh, I look awful. Like, no, just stop yourself in your tracks where you are and say, no, I am beautiful. I'm beautiful regardless, in and out. You know you are deep down. You're not gonna look at your friend and go, oh, you don't look good today. Like, it's little things like that, and it can be about the most minute thing. So, dropping something and being like, oh, I'm an idiot. Don't say that. It's a little mistake, a very little mistake, and you've got to learn to just let it pass. You're not an idiot because you dropped something or because you did something else, but we have that instinct just to negatively talk ourselves down, and it's so unhealthy for us and so unhealthy for our minds and even other aspects like our creativity, stuff like that. Because when we're in a down place that we've put ourselves into and we've made ourselves not feel worthy enough, then yeah, it's going to affect multiple other areas in our lives and start to really become an issue. And then, kind of touching along the same lines, my second tip would definitely be on patience, and just practicing patience throughout your day, because I think one of the primary places we slip up with this is patience with ourselves. This is how I said it kind of linked to the first point a bit, is because we do something wrong and most of the time we don't have the patience for it. We either give up or we go, oh, and bad talk ourselves for that. But you need to be patient with yourself. Every step along this journey is for learning. It's going to teach you something. You shouldn't just fall back one step and go, oh, that's it now, and give up. Be patient with yourself. You have the power to create your own life, and it's going to fall into place. It's going to fall into place eventually. Don't put yourself down just because you're not where you want to be right now, or this isn't where you expected to be right now. Everything has a reason for happening like that. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe something would have gone wrong if a certain thing had happened at that point that you were hoping for. But be patient with your journey, and learning to love yourself is a whole journey in itself. You're not just going to wake up the next day feeling amazing and never talk negatively about yourself again, or it's not going to be like that. It's little, you've just got to incorporate it very gradually, or not gradually, just keep catching yourself out when you're doing things that are going to backtrack you on this, and stop yourself and go, no, I shouldn't have done that, and then repeat something positive to yourself for how you should have reacted. Because it's easy. You're going to keep slipping up at first when you've been conditioned, and your mind is being conditioned from a young age to talk yourself down. So just have patience with yourself and yeah, be grateful of where you are right now as well. Okay, so tip number 4 I wanted to talk about was a few little tools I guess I use to help me with certain self-love practices. So one of them being lavender oil, just because it really stimulates your senses to relax you and calm you, which gets you in that clear headspace to think constructively about situations and not blame yourself or not feel like the victim or just get too caught up in things and go onto autopilot. It really calms you down and gives you a clear perspective and a clear mindset when you're in that state to overlook issues or overlook things you did and not be so hard on yourself over them, especially. And another one which I use in all my self-love practices is rose oil, or this is rose geranium. It smells absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to put a bit on now actually, but I always use this when I do ritual baths, etc., stuff like that. And I think now my brain does relate it to my self-love practices that I do, because I use it throughout all of that. But whenever I smell this, it honestly just instantly calms me. It goes really well with the lavender, and I think it just brings up those feelings and that I've cultivated during self-love practices again. And I just find essential oils to be really helpful for this. Another great oil, which I haven't got on me right now, it's over there somewhere, is orange oil, orange essential oil, sweet orange, because I just find this oil so uplifting. It always puts me in a better mood, always puts me in a positive mindset, which then links into the self-love, because if you're thinking negatively about other shit, you're more than likely to think negatively or talk negatively about or to yourself as well. And yeah, orange, I meant to say rose again then, sweet orange is one of my favorites for that. Always very uplifting, and all of these oils amazing in a ritual bath. I'm probably gonna do another video on just self-love practices alone, or also away from the mentality side on how you're thinking, but more so just little things you can do for yourself to make yourself feel cared for and to send love back to yourself inwardly. And yeah, I think we'll probably do that video next for you guys. Okay, so the last point I wanted to touch on for this video was crystals, and crystals that have helped me out tremendously through my self-love journey. And I think some of them aren't so obvious, like when it comes to crystals relating to love and whatnot. And the first one I'm going to talk about is rose quartz, always be one of my favorite stones. I love it. It's just amazing for cultivating that peace and harmony within your own life and with yourself. It's amazing for building relationships to yourself, and it's just overall amazing for unconditional love. And it's amazing to meditate with this piece. You know, I just put them, rose quartz is one of my favorite stones. I have like all little pieces around my room. But if there's a day that I'm especially feeling down, or I have talked negatively to myself and I've not felt the best about myself, then I'll always keep a piece on me, whether it's on my pocket or whether it's on a necklace, something like that. But rose quartz is absolutely amazing for this. Next stone which I wanted to talk about is snowflake obsidian, or just other types of obsidian, because I feel like they do have kind of similar properties to them. But yeah, I don't think a lot of people would necessarily put this in for self-love, but I think it is very important, just because this stone tends to bring to the surface a lot of underlying issues and brings them forward for you to deal with them now, which helps along your self-love journey ridiculously, because if you have all these subconscious problems with yourself, about yourself, that you don't even realize, that's a lot of the time what sparks this negative self-talk, what sparks these, like, you know, putting yourself down and all this sort of stuff. And I think using a stone like this, meditating with it, or just keeping it on you, and even though it can be painful to deal with stuff like this, it is very essential for healing and moving forward and progressing ourselves. And having these issues surfaced, like hopefully by the aid of this stone, gives you a chance to deal with them and meditate on them or write about them even. A lot of people find journaling's great for dealing with problems like that, but it gives you the opportunity to address subconscious problems that may be causing you to not love yourself how you truly should. It just enables you to work with them and work on yourself and progress forward with that sort of stuff. And then thirdly, I would love to talk about rhodonite, which I think is an amazing stone. This is only a very little piece I've got at the moment. I do need to get some more. I did have a rhodonite bracelet as well, but I gave it away to someone a while ago who was in need of it. And yeah, this stone, reason I'm talking about it regarding to self-love is it is an amazing emotional balancer. And yes, when we are overloaded with different emotions, because we might have loads of different problems going on, it's very easy to snap at ourselves and, you know, to put ourselves on the back burner basically and think about ourselves last. And using a stone like this, keeping it close to you, if you're controlling, you're balancing your emotions out and you're not letting certain ones take over and make you put yourself down, then it's so much easier to practice your self-love. Because there's been many a time when I myself have been just had a lot of stuff on my plate and I've let those emotions make me act worse towards myself, if that makes sense, just because I've not been in the greatest mindset over other things and they've been affecting me. And then when it comes to myself, I haven't put the same effort or energy into loving myself, just because I've been overwhelmed and bombarded by all these other emotions and stuff that's going on. So I think rhodonite is an amazing little piece for working on that as well. Okay guys, so I think this video will be a good little starting point for those who want to tap into self-love more and want to focus on themselves more in that way. I'm going to end it here for now. There is probably a lot more I'd want to talk about in the future, but I am going to save it for future videos. Hopefully my next one is going to be about incorporating different self-love practices into your day and how to make yourself feel good from that. Yeah, so stay on the lookout for that, and it's been lovely speaking to you. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Love and light.